Hi guys, welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day to talk about a really interesting subject. It's a very in-depth subject, and I think it's really important that we tackle it today. I've done many videos on this subject, but this one will be more of an extensive, more deep and more powerful, I think, and maybe shock you a little bit at certain moments. So here goes today's video, and while we're here, take a look at Montenegro. Montenegro is a most beautiful place, it really is. I'm loving every moment of it here. Take a look at it. Okay, so I've just come back from the Czech Republic, where obviously Moldavite was blessed, where it blessed the land. And I did some extensive research, as well as cherry pick some of the most beautiful Moldavites in the world, from Besenice, Maliklum, Klum, and all the other beautiful places that I travelled. I got to first-hand witness where certain fields of Moldavite were, and the most powerful fields with Moldavite. Amazing. The people that I've worked with for 16 years now, I got to meet, and I actually met some new people as well, some great characters, and some really interesting people from the age of, I think, nearly 72 to in their 40s, guys in their 40s, and some younger guys as well, working with Moldavite. So the topic of conversation today is how do you prove and test an authentic Moldavite crystal. It was put to me this morning by a lady who purchased a crystal from my website. It was not a cheap piece, a fairly expensive piece, but a beautiful piece. How do I give this beautiful soul who's just purchased this crystal a certificate? Well, it's a really interesting question, because you can get a certificate from many people, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not worth the paper it's written on, and that's the truth. And I'm going to explain why in detail. So Moldavite is an interesting crystal because it's been faked that much, and I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't even know. One of the beautiful men that has been working with Moldavite for many years told me that he was invited to China, right? He was invited to China to go to one of the laboratories where the Chinese are faking Moldavites. They wanted to fly him over to see if he could genuinely feel and see the difference between their fakes, and real Moldavites. This is how challenging it's becoming now. Secondly, I test my Moldavites with a gemologist. One of the last videos I did with a gemologist in, I think it was Germany, in Munich. I think I put the video online and showed you all, and I was a little bit cheeky, and I wanted to show you guys to see if he could really spot a genuine Moldavite. He used the test he used at that moment wasn't what he normally uses, which is the microscope, which I have. I have the same microscope, and I like to look at my Moldavites. I like to check them myself, and I study them. And you know what? It's important too if you're selling. So he used the UV. That's all he used. Most other years, he will check my Moldavites with the microscope, and if you watch that video and you listen to him carefully, I'm not so sure if he said it on the video or not, but what he's saying now is that the only way you can really genuinely test a Moldavite is when you submerge it in water. And a gemologist, I don't even think a gemologist can do that, but I'm not sure about that. But I think you need to be going to meteorologists. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I spoke to one guy who was a meteorologist, and I asked him, I sent him some of my samples and a fake, just to check out and see if he really does know his work. He sent me them all back, and I asked him, would you give me a certificate that states that these are all genuine? And he said, I can't do that. And I said, why not? He says, because you cannot be 100% genuine. And I said, well, what's the point in me paying all this money if you can't give me a certificate? This is a while ago. And he said, because that's the way it is. Basically, a certificate, if they were to do that, it would then render them liable. And nobody wants to be rendered liable, even though they know 99.9% that they're genuine and the rest are fake. And coincidentally, he spotted the fake, which was great. So what I'm saying is, when you speak to people who claim that they have a certificate of authenticity, I would be very cautious, first of all, because not only the gemologists and the meteorologists don't say 100% and give you a certificate per se, and I might be wrong. You might be able to find a gemologist who will say he will give you a stamp. I don't know. Not in 16 years I haven't come across one that would do that. They're very nervous, because let me tell you, I have looked at thousands of Moldavites and I've seen fakes, and yes, you can tell the difference, but you know, if you start looking deep and deep and looking and going and, you know, observing, and you know, sometimes it's a challenge, it really is. So here's my point, right? I went to the Czech Republic not only to reaffirm, to strengthen the foundation of where I'm buying from, to see 100% what's going on, where it's dug, even though you're not meant to be digging anymore. It's a very controversial thing, this is, and that's why Moldavite is becoming more expensive, because the government will not allow you to dig more than one, I think it's half metre. Below half metre, it becomes the property of the government. So there's so many legal, disgusting loopholes within this, and the people who dig it, that's controversial too. But let me just say something. If you want a genuine Moldavite, here's the thing. You need to know exactly your source. You need to know who the person is who's digging, or at least the person who was buying from the digger, right? So once you've got that foundation, once you genuinely know, then that to me is far more authentic than somebody claiming that this is genuine and giving you a sticker or a ticket or a piece of paper saying it's genuine. Look guys, I can make a certificate tomorrow, and have I thought about doing it? Many times. But do you know why I don't? Because I don't want to be like everybody else in that sense. So yes, I check my Moldavites with gemologists when I buy them. I check them with meteorologists. I check them through my UVs, through my ways of looking, through my amazing telescope. You've seen me, my microscope, and you've seen the videos that I've done. And it's an art, it really is. But here's the thing. If you genuinely know your dealer, if you know that they are genuine, if you know that they're buying direct from the diggers, and if these people have been working with Moldavites for 50 or 30 or 20 years, and you get to meet them and know them, hey, that's to me far more important, makes me sleep on a night, than somebody giving me a ticket or certificate that I don't know, and thinking, okay, I've bought it, he said it's a certificate, this is going to make me feel better. No, it isn't. It isn't going to make me feel better. So it's a real, it's not a challenge for me, because I've just come back from the Czech Republic. All my sources are completely authentic. and 100%. So I would just say be careful when you're buying from people. Find out, ring them up, talk to them, right? That's what I do. I talk to them, I listen to them, and I go and see them. I see what's going on. Because I told you guys a while ago, I bought a very expensive Moldavite off a guy who claimed to be a dealer from the Czech Republic, okay? And what was happening is he was buying a mixed bag of authentic and genuine and fake. And when I tested one piece, which was the most expensive one, it was claimed by the meteorologist that he didn't feel it was right. And I actually had my suspicions. When I contacted him, soon as I got it tested and said, look, we can't be 100% sure, but we think this isn't a genuine piece. And I thought, right, that's exactly what I thought. I contacted the guy, nothing. He took his account down and everything that I worked with. His telephone number gone, he's blocked. I couldn't get hold of him. So I guess what I'm saying is there are genuine, authentic dealers out there who've been working all their lives with Moldavites. These are the guys who are basically one step away from the diggers, right? One step away. However, there are people out there too who are genuine dealers who buy collections from families that have inherited collections, which I actually bought 2 collections which were inherited. I bought a collection which was from a guy who was a dealer, and I bought a collection from another beautiful soul, a guy who was a meteorologist who worked for the government. I bought some pieces of, so I bought off various people that I trusted and I knew were authentic. So the bottom line is, if you're buying this as mint, if you're buying this as an investment, then invest your time, invest your effort, and make sure that you're buying from genuine dealers, people who are close to the source, buying from genuine diggers, even though you're not meant to be. So it's such a dark area, okay, because diggers shouldn't be digging anymore, okay, but they do because of certain reasons that I don't want to go into, because it brings negativity into it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's important is the Moldavite. And for me, if every living soul had a piece of Moldavite, we wouldn't be in this damn right lockdown right now. That's my theory. Because we'd be awake, aware of what's going on in the world, and we wouldn't be putting up with the crap that many people just lay down, turn over on their backs, and just let the government do whatever they want. So that's another story. So going back to Moldavite, no, I'm not going to make certificates. All I'm going to do is put my life, my credibility, my work, my understanding of Moldavite for 16 years, my respect of Moldavite, and the fact that I can sleep every night knowing that I've done my best 100% to check every single Moldavite that I buy from any source, whether they be where I've just come back from, the 3 guys that I bought from, who have been in this work all their life, from being diggers to then stop digging and then buying from other people who've taken over their work, to certain authentic and genuine crystal dealers who have extremely amazing credibility in their work and what they do. Authenticity, kindness, and a love of crystals. It's not just about buying to this is what gets me a little bit upset as well, buying just to make money on Moldavite. Moldavite isn't for that, even though I you know, you can do a lot worse things and spend your money on, but Moldavite should be loved, it should be worked with, and that is the bottom line of Moldavite. Whether it's a tiny piece, you pay, you know, 30 euros, 50 euros, 100 euros, or a piece that you pay 20,000. It's still equal in its energy, and it still will help you, awaken you, and make you strong and powerful. It'll help you see and cleanse and clear the negativity away from you. That's what Moldavite is to me. On a final note, guys, why do people come to markbajerski.com and buy my Moldavite collection? Why do they come and look at it and feel drawn to a piece of Moldavite? Well, each piece that I work with is an individual piece of Moldavite that, from the moment I put it in my hand to the moment it goes on my website, I spend hours putting certain energy into that crystal through the universal energy of healing. I've been a healer 16 years. I have worked with clients, thousands upon thousands of them. That is my work. I believe Moldavite is the most powerful crystal that holds the memory of pure energy healing. And that's why I believe they're not just Moldavites that I sell. They are far more, because they come with a beautiful and powerful healing energy on top of the beautiful, powerful healing energy that no other crystal other than Moldavite holds. I believe Moldavite is the most powerful crystal in the world apart from you. So have a beautiful day, guys. I hope I explained this well enough to you. I would say if you are wanting to buy a piece of Moldavite as an investment, I am not that person. I am definitely not that person, because my work is about Moldavite healing you on a spiritual level, not a financial level. So please don't be buying from me if you want it as a financial gain. That's not what Moldavite is to me. It's an insult to Moldavite, but I guess I understand. What are you going to spend your money on? Gold, silver? Well, Moldavite seems to be doing okay, because from, the very first time I was buying it for a few euros, now you can pay 300 euros a gram for a piece of Moldavite. So yes, Moldavite is becoming more and more desirable, but I think the reason why is not because it's growing in value, because it's growing in understanding. It's growing in the fact that people realize it's more than just a crystal. It is a most magnificent power energy in this world. And the moment you touch a piece of Moldavite is the moment that it can literally change your world, blow your mind, and lift you off the ground. That's how powerful Moldavite is. And that's why I've worked with it 16 years. So I would suggest anybody, if you're on a spiritual path and you want to learn about the connection of Moldavite, then please watch all my other videos on Moldavite, and also start small. Really, I mean that. Start with a little piece, the tiniest piece. I don't know if I've still got any on my website, but I did put some lockdown specials on there. So the Moldavite petite ones, genuine, beautiful and powerful Moldavites. That is what I started with. That was one of the first crystal Moldavites that ever went into my hand at that small and changed my life forever. So if you want to go bigger and bigger, that's fine. I mean, look at this. These are my prototypes. These are called trios. So look at the size of the Moldavite there, and it is so powerful. So please, it's not about size, okay? Have a most beautiful day wherever you buy your Moldavite from. I pray that it's a genuine piece of Moldavite, but please remember, there are literally millions of fakes all over. And if you're buying from eBay, if you're buying from all of these mainstream big corporations, and you're buying from China, you're buying from India, then guys, if it's cheap and too good to be true, it normally is too good to be true, and you're buying a fake and then you're wondering why it's not working. Okay guys, have a beautiful day from a most beautiful Montenegro. I'll leave you with the view. Have a great day, guys. Bye for now. Take care, guys.